Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain the topic the rat trap by Selma Leverlow. Student, I will explain this topic on the basis of these 4 points which I have just written now. Introduction part means introduction, summary of the lesson which we learned from the story, and conclusion. So, student, I am starting from the introduction. The introduction of the story is that there is a story of a rat trap seller who was selling rat trap from one place to other place, and he was not happy with his business because his business was not profitable. So what he did in the future, I have to explain these all the things very clearly in this lesson. Second point is summary of the lesson, which I am going to explain from beginning to end. In this lesson, rat trap seller was selling the rat trap from one place to other place, door to door. One day he thought that his business is not profitable, not beneficial. That's why in that case what he should do. After thinking few moments, he thought that he should steal the things from the house or he should beg from door to door. But he thought that this two work is also not up to the standard, not up to the marks, and this is very simple work. That's why he started roaming continuously on the road, and there was evening time, and at evening he just knocked the door of a person who was the bachelor person, who was the crofter, who was the farmer. He opened the gate and gave the shelter to the rat trap seller very frankly, and both stayed at night inside the house, and the crofter means farmer shared all his incident whatever passed in his life to the rat trap seller and showed that he earned 30 kroner after selling the cheese of the cow's milk, and both shared means each other both shared incidents related to their life, and they slept at night, and the bachelor person who was the crofter offered him food, and in the morning time both woke up and they went in the different direction, but the rat trap seller thought that he should steal the 30 kroner from the house of the farmer. So he came back and smashed the window and entered inside the house, and by this way he stole 30 kroner, which was kept by the farmer inside the pouch, and was very happy, and he thought that he did very smart work in his life, and he was moving through the highway, and thereafter he thought that if he will move continuously on the highway he will be caught by the police. That's why he selected the way of forest immediately, and in forest he was very happy because he thought that he is out of danger and out of risk, and he was moving from morning till evening, but there was no way that indicate him to come out from the forest. So he thought that now his last moment has come, and his life is going to be end inside the forest, and he thought that the entire world is a big rat trap. It is nothing but a big rat trap, and he already caught in the rat trap. So all of a sudden he heard the noise of the running machines, factory machine, and he checked the sound and came outside, and he took the shelter inside the iron factory. And when the factory owner came and noticed the rat trap seller who was a stranger, he started talking and he wanted to know about the introduction of that person. So he introduced himself, but when the iron factory owner requested him to come his house, but the rat trap seller refused this proposal, and the rat trap seller took the shelter inside the factory. When the factory owner went to his house, he just sent his lovely daughter, whose name was Idla Wellmanson. She came and motivated the rat trap seller, and rat trap seller went to the house of the factory owner. There was a Christmas time, and they celebrated Christmas very smoothly, very joyfully, and the rat trap seller as well as the daughter and the factory owner all were very happy. And on the day of Christmas, factory owner and his daughter both went to the church for worshipping point of view, and they heard that the person who is selling the rat trap stole 30 kroner amount from the house of a crofter, house of a farmer, and he did very false work, very hateful work, Then they immediately came to know that the person who has taken the shelter inside their house is a thief. They went back very fastly, and when they went back, they found that the rat trap seller has gone from there, and he wrote a letter and left the rat trap. And in letter it was written that, dear Idla mention, your good behavior changed my life, and now I became a gentleman. And I am leaving this house, and I am leaving this rat trap as a Christmas present, and I am going to return my 30 kroner which I stole from the house of the farmer. Kindly forgive me, and I hope that you will forgive me. So student, this was the story which I just narrated before you, and here is the lesson which we learned from the story. Whatever the lesson is there, the lesson is that we can change any person's life through our good behavior and conduct, because the person's behavior has great power that can motivate the person in a right direction, undoubtedly. Next is conclusion. Conclusion is that this universe is nothing but a big rat trap, and everyone is bounded with the relationship. The person who is taking the birth on this land and bounded with the relations, and that is the ending point of his life. In the same way, the rat trap seller, who is not only the seller of rat trap but a great philosopher regarding life, who is telling that the mouse is entering inside the rat trap in hope to eat the cheese, but as soon as he is trying to eat the cheese, he is trapped by the rat trap. So in the same way, human being is trapped by this entire world, inside the entire world, and this is the end of his life. So student, by this way, I explained, I narrated, I manifested this lesson, the rat trap, which is written by the Selma Lagerlof on the basis of this point, and I hope that the students those who have heard, they clearly understood.